In the end of last week's video, I mentioned how I needed to add some new things to the lagoon. Well, this week we go ahead and add some new corals and talk about new fish that have been added in the past couple weeks. Let's check it out. What's going on, reefers? Welcome back to another video. My name's Blaine. This is the King Tide Corals channel. In this week's video, we're going to be talking about the lagoon, but first I want to thank every single one of you guys because we are almost at 1,500 subscribers. It's kind of crazy to think. I didn't think I was going to hit 100 subscribers, let alone 1,000, and now almost 1,500. It's truly insane, and I want to thank every single one of you guys who have supported me, and especially everyone who's been with me since the beginning. It's really cool to see people who consistently kind of comment on the videos and all the support you guys have given me throughout all this time that I've made videos. It's only been a little over a year, but it's been super fun making them with you guys and kind of building our own little community. So thank you guys so much. In this week's video though, we're gonna talk about the lagoon. It's recently gotten a facelift. There's a lot of new corals, some really cool new fish, and I think overall it's got a great new vibe. I'm really sad about what happened to the lagoon. You guys can check it out if you're new to the channel on some past videos that I made of the lagoon, but honestly, I think this new look is gonna be really fun. It's gonna be really great to try new things, try new corals, and try new fish. So let's go ahead, cut to the chase, and get to talking about the lagoon and give it a proper and well-needed tour. Let's get into it.
Flashback.
Just after I finished up uploading this video, I talked a little bit about the end about how I want to get this tank filled up, and I'm sitting here having a beer and I've decided to, well, fill the tank up. Here is everything that we snagged. We got a couple gorgonians, some caulerpa, some sponges like I talked about on my Instagram, another gorgonian, and some more macroalgae. I'm really excited about this order here, and I think it's going to be a great addition to fill up the lagoon.
Several days later.
Alright, so we have the dragon's breath here, and then the 3 gorgonians that we received. We have some other stuff still in the package, and then also some branching coralline that I think snuck into this package. I'm going to go ahead and put these gorgs in, and then we'll go ahead and start working on the caulerpa, the other macroalgae, and the sponges as well, but I'll go ahead and get these guys in.
The next day.
What's going on, reefers? Just wanted to give you guys an update of what's been going on with the lagoon and everything that's been changing since the move down here to California. As of right now, the tank looks pretty good. I'm excited about the new additions as for the fish, and then also we have a lot of new coral added to the tank too to kind of start filling this tank out. We'll start off with the back left corner. I recently picked up this big chunk of Sinularia from a local. I'm really excited about that. Got that. And then also a mini jawbreaker colony. Over here also with the Sinularia is some coralline, some branching coralline, really cool stuff. And then also 3 different gorgonian species. Really happy to add those. I think they add some really good height to the tank. I know the tank's kind of aquascape was a lot shorter, but I was kind of planning for the livestock to kind of create the height in this scape. As for the rest of the tank, kind of holding true, we have the front right rock over here is going to be the toadstool rock. It's got a bunch of different species of toadstools. We have the inland reef toadstool right down here. a green toadstool from Aqua SD. This is a long tentacle that I've had since the kind of restart of the lagoon and the channel. It's a Cleopatra deep water toadstool. This is a Tongan Fiji, or not, sorry, not a Fiji, sorry, this is a Tongan yellow toadstool. Up there is a small frag of the Bahama Llama Weeping Willow. Then this was also a green toadstool that I got from an Indo shipment at one of my local fish stores up north back in Seattle. Up here in the front left, we've kind of dedicated to this rock to just drawbreakers. I have the Powerball here on the PNW Customs frag rack, but we also have some OGs up here in the front. But this whole rock is going to be dedicated just to jawbreakers. I also got some new sponges, really excited to try these out. If I see any signs of them kind of deteriorating, I'll get them out of the tank quickly so that there's no toxins released. I have this Colt coral that's hanging out in the back. It's a really cool soft coral that I'm really excited that I added to the tank. It's a cabbage leather that made it. And then here's the frag rack, kind of the leftover zoas that made it from the travel too. Overall though, the tank is looking really good in my opinion. It's added a lot of new color with the gorgonians and the macroalgae and the sponges, but I'm really excited mainly about the fish that we have, and we'll go ahead and start talking about those guys right now.
A few moments later.
As for fish for the lagoon, we have several new members of the tank, and I'm really excited to say that most of them are doing well. One of them has been hiding in recent, but a lot of them are really happy in the tank. The first one we'll talk about is the clingfish. I am not sold on the species yet. I've been talking with a lot of my friends, and we can't get an exact ID, because there's so many different types of them, but seems to be really happy in this temperate and really likes the temperature of the water, but doing really well, eating good, and seems to be really happy. The next culprits we'll talk about in the lagoon are the clownfish. Now, the clownfish have been kind of separated as of recent. They've been fighting a lot more, and I'm just not sure whether they're still paired. They kind of seem to be the same size as well, and I know that can be an issue, and I also hate the fact that this clownfish just rides in this OG all day long, and I think it really irritates it. But the clownfish are doing all right. The one clown, the female, I believe, who had the really bad case of Popeye, it's doing a lot better. The next fish we'll talk about is this fish actually hanging out right here in the front. I'll try to get a focus on it. Is the blue striped pipefish. Now, I grabbed two of these fish. I got a male and a female, and you can kind of identify them with the noses. I'll put a picture up on the screen, but the males have like a ridged nose, whereas the females have a smooth bill. Those fish are doing really well. They seem to be eating a lot, but they're kind of hiding and just hunting throughout the day all day, but really a cool fish, and I like them a lot. I've been adding a lot of pods, and I'm gonna start a culture of tiger pods here soon that I'll show here on the channel. The last fish we'll talk about, who normally kind of hangs out in here at the toadstool rock, is the Yasha Gobi. I have not seen the Yasha Gobi in, I want to say, maybe 2-3 days. I've seen the pistol shrimp, so I know that the pistol shrimp is all right, but I have not seen the Yasha Gobi per se, so we'll definitely keep an eye out, and hopefully we'll see the Yasha Gobi soon, but I kind of expect that it's doing all right. It seems to be eating quite a bit whenever food comes out. The last time I did see it eat, so hopefully it got a big meal, and it's just kind of been hiding away. But that's for all the fish. I need to add some more cool inverts to the tank. I'd really like to get a Christmas tree worm rock in here, and then maybe a mated pair of cleaner shrimp I think would be really fun. So everything's doing really good in the tank. The corals are great. Fish are doing good. The new fish seem to be happy, and all is well in the King Tide Lagoon. Well, Reefers, thanks so much for tuning in this week. I'm really happy I was able to give a well-needed tour of the lagoon to you guys. It's nice to see some new height with the gorgonians, some new fish like the blue striped pipefish, and just overall some new challenges in the lagoon. I was really sad to see a lot of things go, but this new facelift has been really fun for me, and in my opinion, it's going to be a great new look for the tank. I think it just needs a couple more pieces, like we mentioned. That center rock needs some show pieces, like maybe a show sponge or a little mini colony of bird's nest. I don't know, but drop a comment down below of what you guys think I should add to that middle rock. I'm really interested to hear what you guys think I should add, and maybe I'll take your interest into consideration. So thank you guys so much for tuning in this week and checking out this video. And until next week, Reefers, happy reefing.